Champ, there are pictures going around online. I want to get to the bottom of it right now. So here is something that was posted of you looking shredded. And then there's this, claiming that it was taken like after. Can you explain? Is it lighting? Is it dehydration here? What is this? Is this an old picture? What's going on?
This was months before that picture. This picture right here, the second picture was in pre-camp, you know, and that's recently.
Right. That makes sense. That's what I figured, but people were saying, no, this was taken recently, so that's just bullshit.
Why would they think that?
I don't know if someone said it. Someone said it was taken recently. All right, good. So now we've gotten to the bottom of it. If you've seen the pictures of Bud Crawford online, looking shredded in one and a little fat in the other one, it's because the fat one was from before camp, and then this one is from, I mean, you look. How did it feel for the first time to not really have to make weight, but to be putting on weight, you know, and muscle for a fight?
Well, it felt great, more energized. You know, I never been in that, well, this predicament or situation before. So my body's just loving it, you know, not having to put no stress on it and just being able to just focus on training and just work.
It looks, this picture, this one right here looks to me like my first impression is of someone who knows they're going up against like a tank and they need armor. It looks like you have a suit of armor on because you know you're going into battle with firepower you haven't experienced before. Is that what that is?
No, it's just, man, my body just did what it did. You know, I never went into training camp like, oh man, I gotta put on extra armor or this and that. You know, like we just work. We put the work in. We know Canelo's a bigger opponent than normal. We know he punches harder. Well, we don't know, but from the scouting reports, he punches harder. He take a better punch. You know, so of course we got to make sure that we prepared and our body is capable of withstanding what you dish out. But other than that, everything else is just work.
From the looks of you, you muscled up. Did it make you feel slower at all? Like the thought in boxing sometimes is as you bulk up, you don't feel as fast. Did it make you feel stronger? What was the difference physically?
Come fight time, you'll see.
Do you feel fast?
Hey, listen, man, a lot of people say I'm slow. A lot of people say adding weight, fat, muscle, whatever the case may be, make you slower. So I just told everybody, let's see how slow I am come fight night.
Boxing has a long history. The money guy gets the benefit of the doubt in a lot of rounds. I mean, you know, Muhammad Ali won a fight against Kenny Norton. He lost 10 out of 15 rounds that gave him the decision. Canelo probably lost 10 rounds to Floyd. One judge had it 6-6. And Canelo, even Erzlandi Lara, I thought Canelo beat Lara and Trout, but they were close fights. A lot of people don't think that. Canelo got the decision. So there's a sense that, man, Bud has to win 8 out of 12 rounds to get the nod. Do you think, or is that the way you're thinking?
Well, no, that ain't the way I'm thinking, but it's definitely been something that was mentioned, that we talked about, not giving away rounds, making sure we in control of the whole fight and not letting up. So, you know, we definitely aware of things like that, but we can't focus on that. You know, we got to focus on the fight.
You talk about not giving away rounds earlier in your career. Emmanuel Stewart used to talk about Felix Trinidad. He called him killer robot because first couple rounds, Trinidad would look okay, and he was really studying the guy. Then he would program it in, this is what I do, and then execute it, and then knock the guy out. And different style than Trinidad, but I always thought of you the same way. First 2 or 3 rounds, Bud Crawford and the other guys sometimes don't look that much different. But boy, by round 5 or 6, Bud figured him out, and then he just beats the hell out of him. Are you saying for Canelo, you don't have that luxury of those early rounds to study him as much that you have to get to work from round 1?
We got to win every round.
Every round?
We got to win every round possible, you know, from 1 to 12, if it goes that long.
Are you aware, I assume you are, but let me ask, of the old adage in boxing, the great big man beats the good big man beats the good little man?
But that's what they say, but It's not always the case. You know, when you look at all the great little mans that moved up in weight, they beat the great big man. You know, a lot of people, they running with that narrative. Who came up with that?
Well, they just noticed through the years, man, for 100 years, you're right, there have been examples.
I'm saying, who came up with that?
I don't know if there was a...
See, don't nobody know.
Name the person.
Don't nobody know who came up with that, and everybody just running with it because they don't know what they talking about. You know, when we look at the history of boxing, more little men moved up in weight to beat the bigger man than boxing. More little men. When you talk about Floyd Mayweather, and when you talk about De La Hoya, when you talk about Pacquiao, when you talk about Sugar Ray Leonard, when you talk about Roberto Duran, when you talk about Canelo Alvarez, when you talk about Terence Crawford, when you talk about Shakur Stevenson, I can name fighters for days that was smaller, that moved up in weight consistently and was successful.
No question. You're naming some great fighters. So it happens. But I think the point of the saying is that's all well and good when that fighter is fighting a regular fighter or even a good fighter. But when that great fighter moves up to fight another great fighter, a dude who can do a lot of stuff that he can do, but he's naturally bigger, I think that's what it speaks to. Are you on a different level than Canelo?
We're going to see. Saturday, we're going to see.
What does he do that impresses you?
He do a lot of that impressed me. I'm a big fan of Canelo. I've been watching Canelo for years. You know, I can't say one thing that he don't do good. You know, he got great balance. He got great counter punching ability. He got great defense. He got great punch selection. He got great feints, great power, great left hook, great overhand right. You know, he's a great fighter. So, you know, he's going to bring the best out of me. And come Saturday, everybody, you know, will give Terence Crawford his props when he be victorious. Your biggest moment of your career so far, even if in retrospect this fight was, but your biggest moment was the Spence fight. Mm-hmm. And that was viewed by people like me as a 50-50 type of fight. And that was one of the most staggering performances in that type of fight going in the history of boxing. I think about Floyd and Corrales, stuff like that. Like one fights they're going in, it's like, oh, who's going to win? And coming out, it's like, oh my God, I don't care what happened, how old they were. That dude was always going to beat that dude. Is it possible for you to fight at an even higher level than that? Is it possible for you to have a performance that supplants that Spence performance as that was Crawford on his best night at the age of 38? I ain't 38, I'm 37. 7, all right. But Saturday, we'll see. Hold on, when's your birthday? The 28th. Of this month? Yeah. Come on, man, that's close enough. No, man, I'm 37. It ain't no close enough. 37. All right. Don't be putting extra years on me. I got you by a couple 37. Weeks. A couple weeks makes all the difference. It does. Can you do it at that age to have the greatest night? Because I think you are going to have the greatest night of your life. Let me show you. That's it. That's all I can say is let me show you. This is going to be the most watched fight. I've said this many times since the fight was made. Since Ali Spinks 2, 47 years ago. Because it's on Netflix. Everyone has a subscription already. And there's no way any fight that came since Ali Spinks 2 is going to come near. This is going to do orders of magnitude more eyeballs on it worldwide than any fight since then. Does that mean something to you? A guy who, when you were coming up, Adrian Bronner, right, and fighters who were drawing a lot of attention to themselves with their antics and stuff like that were getting the press, and you just kept your head down and went about your work. And now you're involved at this fight, like the cream rose. Does that mean something to you to have done it the way you did it and now arrive at this moment? For sure. You know, it means a lot to me because I felt like I never sold my soul to get where I'm at right now. You know, I didn't have to put on a show to get where I'm at now. I was just myself. A lot of people, you know, including my promoters and things like that, say, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to talk like this, you need to act like, I'm gonna be me, regardless. I'm gonna be me. If you don't like it, then so be it. Y'all not talking about my performances in the ring, which always should matters. You know, is how I perform in the ring. You know, y'all talking about, you know, you don't have no personality. I'm like, okay, well, that's your personal opinion because you want me to act like a clown, you know, and I'm not gonna act like no clown. I'm gonna act like me, you know. Off the camera, they say, oh, well, man, you got a great personality. Why you don't do this on the camera? Why you don't do this? Man, listen, I'm gonna do what I want to do and how I want to do it, and I'm gonna do it my way. And so many people criticize me, telling me, oh man, he's a bad businessman, or he's this, he need to talk this way, he need to sign with PBC, he shouldn't have re-signed with Top Rank, and this and that and this. Look where I'm at right now for doing it my way. Not his way, not his way, not her way, my way.
You, as the kids say, do you as well as you can and then let the chips fall. And you seem to be proud of that as an example that you set, that you did it your way, which is just to do the work. Mm-hmm. And now here you are on the biggest stage. But the biggest stage is a stadium fight. And there's been a lot made recently in like boxing circles that Canelo is 7-0 in stadium fights, and he's been on that stage 7 times. This is your second one, but that's much less experience in that moment. You're going to be in a huge stadium, more fans than you ever been in front of before, the biggest event.
Him too.
Right? But he's been in more similar situations.
But hey, listen. You can say what you want, but he ain't fought in front of as many fans as going to be fighting this Saturday.
Do you think so? You don't think there's an advantage for him having, and he's probably going to have more fans there than you, or
I
at least
don't care. He can have 1 million fans. They can't fight for him. They can't fight for him. So, you know, all that doesn't matter. You know, all that he's been here before, he's this, he's that, none of that matters. He still got to go perform. He got to go perform. That's it. Listen, come Saturday, I'm just going to put everything out there. All the talking is done. We in fight week right now.
All the talking is done. You have anything else you want to tell people before this fight?
Hey, listen, come Saturday, we making history 3 times.
Thank you, bud.